Good morning everybody, it's time for another tick or fix. Yesterday I gave you some missing symbol number problems to solve. Today I've got another problem for you and it's all about adding three numbers together. It's quite a tricky one today. Have a go at it, pause the video now, and when you're ready, you'll see the numbers on the screen. When you're ready, press play and we'll tick or fix those problems. Right, let's get started. We're going to use a 5-step strategy again for these questions. So step 1, what do you think step 1 is? It's to read the question really well. I cannot insist enough. You have to read that question so carefully. Let's have a read of what the question says. Circle the three numbers that add up to 10, 12, 23, 42, 35 and 89. I've underlined circle. I'm going to have to draw a circle around the numbers. I've also underlined three numbers. I've got to use three of these numbers to make that. And I've also underlined add up, because the three numbers together need to add up to the number that is here. Okay, so that's step 1 complete. I've read the question. Step 2 is to look at what we have. Same as yesterday. Step 2, look at what we have. So I've got 10, that's what I want to try and get to. I've got 8, 5, 4, 2, and 1. Step 3 is to start with the biggest number. Okay, you might have to move on to the next biggest number, but always start with the biggest number, then you've got less to go. And step 4 is trialing things. It's trying out different combinations. So step 3, find the biggest number first, and step 4, try out different numbers and different calculations. Right, so I've got 8, 5, 4, 2, and 1 for this first question, and I have to make 10. What's my biggest number? 8. I've got to make 10. So 8 add 5, that's going to be too big, so we can't do that one. 8 add 4, that's going to be, put 8 in my head, that's going to be 12. 8 add 2, well that equals 10, but remember in my question it said circle 3 numbers. Because my two smallest numbers are 2 and 1, together they make 3. 3 add 8 would be 11, which means I can't use the number 8. I'm going to have to go to my next biggest number and start again. So my next biggest number is 5. Let's get 5 in my head. I'm going to add on 4, which equals, 5 and 4 equals 9. And then I need to get to 10. So I've got 9, I need to get to 10. Can I use any of these numbers? Yeah, I can use 1. So it's 5, add 4, add 1, equals 10. Let's do step 5, check the answer. 5, add 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, add 1, equals 10. Let's just see what that looks like with the base 10. So with the base 10 then, I've got 5 to begin with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add 4, I push my 4 in. 5 add 4 equals 9. Add the 1 equals 10. You can see I've got 5 at the top, 5 at the bottom. 5 and 5 is 10. And I can put it into my 10 line. I can create my 10 now. You can see that that is the same as 10. Okay, moving on to the next question. This time I've got to make 12. Now we've already done step 1, we've read the question really carefully so we know what to do, and it's the same for all of these different questions. So let's go on to step 2, which is look at what we've got. We've got to make 12, and I have 10, 4, 5, 3, and 1, and I've got to make 12. Step 3 is start with your biggest number and try that out. See how you get on. And then maybe you might have to go into the start again on the next biggest number like we did in question 1. So our biggest number is 10, we've got to make 12. Now I don't have far to go to get to 12, I only need 2 more. And I can see that my two next smallest numbers are 3 and 1. And 3 and 1 make 4, which means I'll go too far. I'll go past 12. So I'm going to start on my next biggest number again. We're not being very lucky with this strategy so far. So we're going to go from 10. We're going to forget 10. We know 10 isn't going to be one of those numbers that's circled because it's too big. We're going to go to our next biggest number, which is 5. 5 is our next biggest number. We're going to do 5. I've got quite a way to go to 12. Let's add on the next biggest number from after 5. So 5 add 4. 5 in my head. Hopefully your number bonds equals 9. And I still need to get to 12. I've got 3 and 1. Let's try with 3. 9 add 3. 10, 11, 12. So we know that works. I'm going to circle my answers. 4, 5, and 3. And remember step 5 to check your answer. Let's add those 3 numbers together and make sure that it makes 12. 5 in your head. Add on 4. 6, 7, 8, 9. Add on 3. There we go, we've got the right answer. Let's have a quick look at the base 10 to see what that looked like and before we move on to the next question. So here I have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to move in 4. I'm going to add 4. 5 add 4 is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'm going to add in my 3. So 9. If I put that 1 there, I can see that it makes 10, can't I? And then I've got these 2 after. 10, 11, 12. I could even put it into like a 10 stick. Like so. And you can see I've got 10, 1 10 and 2 1s equals 12. Right, these questions seem to be getting harder as the numbers are getting bigger. Let's have a go at the next one and see how we get on. So this time I've got to make 23. Let's see what I've got. 10, 12, 8, 6, 1. Step 3 is to start with my biggest number. That hasn't really worked that well for us in the first 2 questions, but it's a starting point, and then you can, if you've got a strategy, you'll get there eventually, you'll find the right answer eventually. So I'm starting with my biggest number, which is 12. I'm going to add my next biggest number, which is 10, and 12 add 10 is 22. So I'm at 22, I need to add one more number. I've got 8, 6 and a 1. I want to get to 23. I've got 22, I need one more number, 1. So actually our strategy worked really well for this question. So we've got 12, 10 and 1. And step 5 is to check our answer. So I've got 12, add 10. I've got 1 10 there, 0 ones. Add that 10 to that 10. So I've got 22. Add the 1, 22, add 1 more than 22. That's right, 23. Let's have a quick look what that looks like on the base 10. So here we are with the base 10. As you can see, I've made 12 to begin with. So I've got 1 10 and 2 1s, which makes, as you know, 12. Now I'm going to add in 10. So I've got another 10 stick here. I'm going to put that there so that my 10s are together. My 1s are separate. So now I've got 10, 20, 21, 22, and then I just needed to add 1, didn't I? Let's put that one in there. 23, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. 2 10s, 3 1s. Okay, so our next question is 42. Let's have a look at what we have. We've got 42, 20, 10, 5, 7, and 15. Remember my strategy, I'm going to start with my biggest number first, as that's a good starting point. My biggest number is 20. I'm going to add on my next biggest number, which is 15. So 20 add 15. So I've got 2 10s, add 1 10 is 30. Add my 5 1s is 35. I need to get to 42. So I'm on 35, I need to get to 42. So if I add 10, that would be 45, so I've gone too far. If I add 5, I'll get to 40, so that's not far enough. But if I add 7 onto my 35, I will get to, well, let's just check, put 35 in your head and count on 7 spaces. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Oh, we were lucky with that one. So the numbers were 20, 15, and 7. Is that what you got? Let's have a quick look at that. with the base 10. So I'm starting off with my biggest number here, which is 20. So I've got my 2 10s to make 20. And I'm going to add the next biggest number, which was 15, which is made of 1 10 and 5 1s. So at the moment I have 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. We wanted to get to 42, didn't we? So 35, and we said that it would be adding 7. So here, so I've got 7 coming in now. So I've got 7 coming in now, so I'm going to add these on to, that's 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So now if I straighten these up, you can see that I've got 4 10s and 2 1s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 42. Just remember to make sure you do step 5, which is to check your answer. So 20 add 15 is 35. We've done this with the base 10, and 35 add 7 equals 42. Well done. Let's move on to the next question then. 35 is the number that we want to make, and we have 7, 26, 33, 2 and 40. Let's look at our biggest number then. 40. Oh dear, that's already too far. So 40 is definitely not going to be one of the numbers that we need to circle. It's too big. We want to make 35. So let's forget 40. Our next biggest number is 33. But then I can see that the next 2 numbers, smallest numbers after 33, already make 9, and 33 add 9 would be too far. It would be too big for 35. So now we know that we can't use 40, we can't use 33. We're left with 3 numbers. We're left with 7, 26 and 2. So hopefully if we add those together they make 35. So let's double check. So 26, I'm going to add my even number to an even number here. So 26 add 2 equals 28. And now I just need to add on 7 to 28. So 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So that was right. So I'm going to do my red circles. 7, 26 and 2. Let's just do my step 5, checking the answer really carefully. 26 add 2 is 28. Add on the 7, 28 in my head, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So I know that's right. I'm just going to show you what that looks like with the base 10. Here's my base 10. I'm starting with the biggest number, which was 26. So I've got my 2 10s, 10, 20, and my 6 1s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 26. My next number to add into this was 7. So bringing my 7 1s along here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coming to join the party, and I'm going to add them into here. So I already had 26, so it's 27, 28, 29, 30, and my 3, I'm going to put those down there, 33. Now you can see that I have 1, 2, 3 10s now, 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33. And the next number to add in was 2. I'm just going to add in 2 more 1s just in there. So I've got 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. The last one is 89. We've got to make 89, and we've got 20, 31, 50, 80 and 19. So I've got 80, but I've got to make 89. So if I start with 80, I need 9 1s to get there. But I can see that all the other numbers are greater than 9. So 80 isn't going to be, sadly, one of the numbers that we're going to use. What to do next then? Next I go to my next biggest number and see if I can figure out the problem from there. The next biggest number is 50. I've got 50 here. I need to get to 89. If I do 50 add 31, so if I add my 3 10s to my 5 10s, I would have 3 10s to 5 10s is 8 10s, I'd have 80, 81. Oh, but then I'd need 8 1s, and these 2 numbers are too big. Let's try 50 add 20. So 50 add 20 equals 70. Add this one is 70 add 10, 80. Add the 9 ones, 89. I think that might be it. I'm going to circle it. So I've got 50, 20, and 19. Is that what you got? I'm going to double check the answer because I did that quite quickly, and so I need to make sure I check my answer before I finish. So I've got 50, add 20, so just adding on 2 10s to 50, aren't I? So 60, 70, add 19. Now with 19, it's got 1 10 and 9 ones. So I'm on 70, add another 10, 80, add on the 9 ones, 80, add 9, 89. There we go. Well done. Let's have a quick look at the base 10 for that, what that will look like. So here we go with the base 10. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10s. 5 10s are 50, that's right. I'm going to add in my 20, which is made up of 2 10s. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 10s now, which is 70. So I've got 70 cubes. If I counted all of those cubes, I'd have 70. And now I'm adding in my 19, and 19 is made up of 1 10, 9 ones. So let's join them together and see what my number is. I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. I can see that's 9 just there because there's 1 cube missing here to make it 10. 9 is 1 less than 10. So there we go, 89. Well done, I imagine that you enjoyed those. Let me know how you get on. See you later, bye bye.